Hi guys, my name's Natalie.
My name's Glen.
And we're making this video today because we've had some messages sent through with questions that people want answered about certain things within their relationship. And one of the topics that we've been asked to discuss is, how do you choose the right time to discuss important topics with your partner? So we were going to share with you today what works for us, but we really encourage you to find out what works for you within your relationship.
I think this is a really big one and something that me and Natalie had to work through many years ago. A lot of people can understand that when you get overwhelmed you can't really achieve much, and especially if both parties are completely overwhelmed, you can't really get to a good solution with any topic or issue that you may have. So we just decided that we're just going to allocate a minimum of 30 minutes a day and go for a walk. Not only did we want to achieve some physical exercise there, but we wanted to vent through any particular daily issues or topics that we wanted to talk through, rather than just let these things build up and then become a boiling point. But more importantly to that, so we both know that was the time frame to talk about these things, and not when one party was completely overloaded with other stuff, maybe work or something else, and they just didn't have the headspace for it. So we've had great results with just allocating that time frame to go through any topics and leaving anything we wanted to discuss to those time frames.
Timing is really, really important, making sure that you choose the right time. Sometimes, and this is for me speaking personally, early on in our relationship, I would wait until, Glenn was just about to walk through the door, and I'd be, venting and letting him know what my day was like, and he was in a really quite an overwhelmed state. So, having somebody venting their issues and problems in that moment becomes more overwhelming for them. So that's why we had to decide that, okay, let's find what works for us, and that was allocating that time daily. Communication is key within every relationship. I've started with my boys quite young, teaching them how to effectively communicate, and how I started doing that was at dinner time. We have a thing where we all share our highlight and low light of the day, and it's a really good time for me to be able to tap into what they're feeling and what's going on in their little world. But it was also, my mindset was that I wanted to teach my boys how to communicate effectively, so that when they do get married and they have relationships, that they're able to effectively communicate with their partner. Another important thing is that you need to communicate with your partner what your basic needs are that you need met within the relationship. Sometimes people can make the mistake of assuming that their partner knows what they need. So having a conversation with your partner, when you've allocated that half an hour every day, and find out what their 5 basic needs are. Both of you discuss, what your needs are, and maybe try and have a couples goal where you at least one time a day you meet one of those needs.
Yeah, I think, and the reason we got to the situation where Natalie does do that with the kids is because, like most households, like if the kids are screaming and carrying on and it's hard to get at that time to sit down and relax, we just decided let's involve them. And all kids will have something that they want to tell you about their school day, or if they've got issues themselves, and we realised that it was just as important for them to tell us what their concerns are as what Natalie and I had to discuss with each other. So now we just do a daily thing that if anyone in the house has got something to discuss, they've got a platform for it, and we just don't want anyone in our family home to feel overwhelmed or not being able to express what they're feeling, because we just want more of a chilled environment, and that just is better for everyone health-wise and just the whole environment. And
so that's why the timing is so important, so that you've chose a time where it's calm and relaxed, not just when you're walking through the door. And it's important that you both feel heard. So what works for you guys. We've shared what works for us. Maybe you need to sit down and have that conversation and say, hey, is there a certain time of the day that works better for you? And so work with it. And I think that once you find out what each other's communication style is, and work on meeting those needs, you're less likely to have conflict. And when the conflict does arise, because conflict is not always a bad thing, conflict can be quite a good thing because it brings to a head what needs to be changed. And sometimes that conflict can show you where you're going wrong within the relationship. And that's just, if you can change your attitude towards how you view conflict within the relationship, you might be able to really work with each other and find a solution that works for you. So thanks for watching, guys, and if you have any other messages or things that you would like answered, shoot us a message and we'll be happy to share our experience, and then you guys can see what works for you. So thanks for watching.